Good morning, Church of
It
the
is us
Village.
now.
It is
us
a
now.
joy to be
Yeah.
with you this morning. My name is Will Rand, and about 8 years ago, I was a worship intern here. And it feels like no time has passed at all. It is such a joy to be with you and see so many familiar faces again here and on Zoom. Today, I just want to say thank you to all of you for giving us, offering us such a wonderful gift of this space this week, this community, this life that is in this space all week long, as we have been putting together Elements Weaving the Earth. An experience that was developed with Claudio Carvalhais, Martha Chapman, Apollonia Holzier, Union Theological Seminary students, Omega Dance Company, Grace Alexander and Raphael Zimmerman on clarinet and violin, and myself. And we have had a joyful week in this space, weaving this experience together. And so this morning, we want to share some of that with you, but we need your help to do this, because it's an experience, and all of us are woven into it together. So could we warm up just a little bit as we get ready to start this experience? Could we all snap our fingers together to start to connect with water, imagining the sound of melting water from a glacier, dripping into a river, into a stream, flowing into the ocean. We are the water. I invite us to take a nice deep breath this morning, connecting with our bodies, with our lungs, with our feet, and let it out. Take another deep breath, filling your lungs, connecting with the air inside you and outside your body. We connect with air. I invite you to rub your hands together, getting faster and faster, more friction, more friction, more friction, creating more heat. When you start to feel the heat build and build and build and build and build in your hands, I invite you to lift your hands to your face. Bring that heat into your face. Bring them to your heart. Bring that heat from outside into your heart and lift it to the sky. Give it back to the air from which it came. And lastly, friends, we connect with the earth, the song of the earth, the sound of the earth. Would you join me in humming? And would you find your heart and create a heartbeat as you hum? We feel the heartbeat of life in the earth. We hear the sound, the hum of the earth as we hum. And when you're ready, take a breath. Lastly, we're going to be inviting you to share in each of our elemental altars today: earth, air, fire, water. And we're going to be singing a song as we do that. Some of you have already learned this song, but just to review, and for those of you for whom it's new, I want to teach it to you. You are death and life, a love creating. You are death and life, a love creating. Would you sing that back to us? You are death and life, a love creating. My turn. Soil and roots, new life awaiting. Soil and roots, new life awaiting. Death and life, a love creating. Death and life, a love creating. Soil and roots, new life awaiting. Death and life, a love creating. Soil and roots, new life awaiting. Thank you, friends. It's a joy to be with you. For those of you who are on Zoom, we are delighted to share this experience with you. Even as we embark on some experiential moments here, snapping our fingers, breathing, singing, we invite you to join with us in all of these gestures. And when we go to the altars around the room, I invite you to find the elements in your own home. We live with these elements every day. Whether that's pouring some water, tending to a plant, lighting a match, whatever that is, just breathing. We invite you to connect with the elements. We will also have a healing station during that time. And if you need a minister of care, if you feel drawn to having a minister of care this morning, simply type that in the chat and they will meet you. I think that's all we need for us to begin today. Friends, thank you so much. We begin our journey now.
Water, 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 iceberg, frozen, melting. Water, water, we are coming from everywhere, from below, from above, from every side. Water, we are. It all began with water. Life began after the waters. Fresh water, sweet water, salty water, ice water, atmosphere water, underground water, surface river water, ocean water, sky water, raindrops water, bath water, drink water, tear water, mouth water, body water. The Susquehanna River is one of the oldest rivers on earth, 350 million years old. The Appalachian Mountains came after the Susquehanna River, which begins in Cooperstown, New York, flows southward through Pennsylvania, and empties itself into Chesapeake Bay in Maryland. With the Nile River in Ethiopia, the New River in West Virginia, and the Finke River in Australia, these are the oldest elders of our living. Wonder. And there are also the flying rivers. Flying rivers, massive, invisible currents of water vapor transported by wind from the Atlantic Ocean across the ocean basin. Boistered by moisture released through forest transpiration, these aerial rivers flow west, are blocked by the Andes, diverted southward, bringing critical rain to South America. Wonder. But water needs care. And nature knows it. So much so that if we pay attention, we will see that many rivers have protections. It is called riparian rivers, which is vegetation that protects rivers. Those protections are like eyelashes, as rivers are like eyes who need eyelashes, physical and sensory barriers against the breeze, microorganisms, dirt. And we have the oceans, our precious oceans, 4.4 billion years old. They formed early in Earth's history as the planet cooled, allowing water vapor from volcanic activity and comets to condense and fill basins. Wonder. And we have our bodies. Water makes up to 60% of our bodies. Water regulates our body temperature, lubricates joints, flushes waste, irrigates our brains and hearts and lungs and muscles and bones. Every inch of our body needs water. Wonder. Everything starts with air. The atmosphere we breathe is composed of nitrogen, oxygen, trace amounts of argon, carbon dioxide, water vapor, and other gases. A remarkable, precise mixture. A little more oxygen and the forests would combust spontaneously. A little less oxygen and all the animal life would die. The atmosphere, the whole atmosphere sits on the edge of a knife and has not always been this way. The first atmosphere was formed about 4.5 billion years ago. The planet coalesced from the solar nebula. There was no oxygen, nothing breathable. The second atmosphere emerged from the planet itself. Gases from volcanoes over hundreds of millions of years, rich in carbon dioxide, nitrogen, water vapor, and sulfur compounds, but still no free oxygen. This is where the first life appeared, anaerobic microbes that needed no oxygen and would found it toxic. The third atmosphere, the one we breathe now. It was made by life itself. 2.4 billion years ago was the great oxidation event. Blue-green algae began making oxygen as part of a photosynthesis at a scale that transformed the planet. For organisms that couldn't tolerate oxygen, this was mass extinction. But for the lineages that adapted, the door opened to make animal life, and then us, humanity, possible. So the air we are breathing right now, in its oxygen content, it was made by ancient bacteria. Life made air breathable. We are breathing now the work of our most distant ancestors, bacteria. Everything starts with fire. Fire is an ancient ancestor. Fire is old as the universe itself. The Big Bang produced temperatures so extreme that the entire early universe was effectively fire, plasma of unimaginable heat and energy. The first stars were sustained nuclear fires burning through nuclear fusion, releasing enormous amounts of energy. These stellar fires lasted billions of years before exhausting their fuel, because fire lasts. On Earth, 2.4 billion years ago, chemical fire became possible. Before that, nothing could burn in the way we understand burning. And the oldest evidence of fire used by human beings dates only 1 million years ago. Hearts found in Africa. The controlled use of fire might have been the most significant transformative moment in human evolution. It changed eating, cooking, gives energy to food, extended the day, bringing light after dark, provided warmth, enabling migration to colder climates, offered protection from predators, and created the first gathering place, the hearth, the original community. Stars are the universe's primary fires. The sun, our star, burns 600 million tons of hydrogen per second. It has done so for 4.5 billion years and has enough fuel to go for approximately 5 billion years more. Every fire on earth, every candle, every forest fire, every furnace is ultimately produced and powered by the sun's fire, which grew the plants that became the wood and the fossil fuels we burn. Fire in heaven as it lives on earth. Fire is one of the most ancient and complex phenomena in the universe. Simultaneously, it is a chemical process, an ecological force, a cosmological presence, a cultural manifestation, a theological symbol. There is almost an inexhaustible depth to fire. Fire is not a substance, unlike earth, water and air, which have material existence. Fire is a process, an event, a reaction happening in time. It happens as it undoes itself. It can only exist as it extinguishes itself. It is what occurs when a fuel source combines with oxygen at sufficient temperature to sustain a chain reaction that releases heat and light. Heat and light. Heat and light. Heat and light. The flame we see that lures and hypnotizes us. The flame is superheated gas. The flickering is the dancing of fire. But fire needs company, somebody to love, fuel, oxygen, heat. Without these companions, fire dies just like us. Lament water. The elements that we have, the water and the air and the fire and the soil. If we think about the water, there's so much richness to the water, isn't it? There isn't. But there's also a lot to lament. The United Nations is calling our time the bankruptcy of water. Because you are drying out the planet. Racism, inequality, data centers now, agriculture, when it does with monoculture or agribusiness, they are sucking up the water. They are drying out our world. There's that to lament. And for us to be aware of what we can do to protect the waters. And we think about the air and all that was said of the beauty of the air that we have right now. You know, the Yanomami people in the Amazon, they have an ancient story. An ancient story that told us thousands of years ago that what you are learning now with climate change, they told us way ago that if we take things from the inside of the earth, the sky will fall. They knew that. And what is happening now with fossil fuel and drilling, baby drilling, is that all of this is coming into the atmosphere, the carbon dioxide. But it's too much. We have a very thin ozone layer that protects all of the atmosphere that makes us breathe. But that much is breaking that. And if it breaks, our air will be affected and won't be able to breathe much. All of this to lament, but to work on, because it's still possible for us to change those situations. And love is a way around it. Love is a way that we offer to each other. Love is a way of the water. Love is a way of the air. Love is a way of the fire. Love is a way of the soil. Because we all need somebody to love. There's no such a thing as fire alone, just like us. Fire, like fire, we are gregarious beings, beings with, compañeros, compane. Remove fire relationships and fire ceases. Like any other being, the fire lives in an ecology of relations, just like us. Fire offers us gifts: heat, light, carbon dioxide, water vapor, and smoke. After it expresses, it leaves behind ashes. Fire refines, reducing complex living matter to elemental components. In this sense, fire is a kind of a reverse creation. It undoes the organized structures of life. Can you survive the burn? Volcanic fire, lightning fires, wildfires, bioluminescent and metabolic fire, campfire, stove fire, candle fire, oil fire, burning coals on ice caps, burning forests being consumed. Can you survive the burn? At the belly of the earth, the center of this planet, temperatures are up to 6,000 degrees Celsius, just like the surface of the sun. So the earth has this immense fire inside, covered by a thin, cool shell. Can you survive the burn? fire, warmth and survival, ecological renewal. But what else fire brings to us? Spiritual fire. Fires of anger. Fires of justice. Fires of renewal. Fires of transformation. Fire refines life. And there's also the fires on the streets, the riots, the voices of the oppressed, fire burning our streets. Our world is burning. Fire tells us that something is happening. Fire is a call to pay attention. Fire breaks. Fire unites. Fire brings life back. Fire undoes life, devastates life, consumes life, devours life without mercy. Fire brings destruction and death. When you use coal, oil, gas, we are burning the entire world. Extractivism, we are devouring the earth. The extraction of oil releases too much carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. As I said, destabilizing the climate, burning the ozone layer. Without that protection, the sky will fall and we will burn. We are burning the entire world. Industrial production fire, consumerism without end fire, the drill baby drill mantra fire, all the factories, the furnaces, the washing and drying machines fire, the private jets, the style life of 3,462 billionaires fire, all the engines fire, fire burning everywhere, harnessing capital for our commodities and desires. Fire has been the primary instrument of extraction and exploitation. Fires and chemicals that goes into the lands of colonized people, burning plantation agriculture, burning the bodies of workers, burning the lands of people, creating many climate refugees. Fire is the energy of the empire. We are burning the entire world. Unless we deeply respect fire, unless we learn the power and mystery of fire, unless we work to not let fire go angry and go uncontrollable, we will be swallowed and consumed by fire. Fire can bring the final judgment down. Unless we stop burning our world, we will become a planet of ashes. We are fire. In our cells, we are metabolic fire. Fire purifies. Fire burns. Fire brings life. Fire turns us into ashes. Fire is companionship. Fire, we are. I wish I had said something different when you asked me what I saw in you. When you asked me what I saw in you, I said, you are a good person with dreams and hopes, struggling with life and perhaps too many sorrows. I wish I would have said something different. I wish I would have said, when I saw you, I saw a landscape. I saw space, caves, cliff tops, tunnels and oceans. This deep, dark, black void, undiscovered forests, water running through valleys, fire from volcanoes, mountain chains, gentle winds at the prairies, ancient bones buried in fertile soils with seeds, rocks and sand. I wish I would have said to you that when I saw you, I saw planets, galaxies, shining stars dead long ago, black holes and universes yet to be found. That is what I wish I would have told you when you asked me what I saw when I saw you.
Fire, dust, and ash reclaim the broken first succession, life reborn. Roots and shoots and stems are reaching bloom and seed and start again. Old trees, long survivors, teach us how to live and die again.
We are soil. I'm sorry the English language associates soil with dirt. I'm even sorry that we associate soil with inert, passive things, that nothing works or lives under our feet when we cross, because we cross without noticing. We have been so well colonized. But soil is a community. A single teaspoon of healthy soil contains more living organisms than there are human beings on the planet. Bacteria, fungi, protozoa, nematodes, mites, springtails, earthworms, and thousands of species science has not yet found and haven't named. What we walk on is a civilization older than our own by billions of years, an incomparable, more complex. We just stand on a miracle. Soil forms through endless patience. Bedrock is broken down over millennia by wind, water, weather, and lichens. Those fungi, algae partnership that colonize bare stone and begin to slow work on making minerals into substrate. Organic matter, leaves, dead organisms, root exudates, accumulate and decompose, processed by microbial community into humus, that dark carbon-rich substance that gives healthy soil its smell and its fertility. Oh, you know that smell? The earthy rain evoked sense of petrichor. It's produced primarily by actinobacteria releasing geosmin, a compound to which human noses are extraordinarily sensitive. We were made to find the earth's own breath appealing. Our ancient bodies remember that this smell means water, life, fire, wind, soil, food, survival. But oh, we keep destroying the soil. We cover it with cement, buildings, stuff. We poison it until the soil dies. We take away soil from other species. There's only a tiny amount of soil for terrestrial animals. Most of the soil is now occupied by human beings and domesticated animals. Approximately 90% of Earth's topsoil is at the risk of degradation by 2050, with already 33% completely degraded. Scientists say that at the current rates of erosion and intensive farming, we have only about 45 to 50 years of roughly 80 to 100 harvests left before topsoil becomes unsustainable for global agriculture. I'm sorry. I wish I had better news. And yet, we can still turn things around. We can. There are ways to consider the soil and care, protect, keep, expand, and love the soil. Protecting topsoils and entire habitats for other species. There is still time. We cannot give up. Because to give up is to give up on ourselves, on the entire planet. Soil we are, water we are, wind we are, fire we are. So now I want you to make an invitation that was mentioned earlier. We have 4 stations here of the 4 elements. We have fire, water, air, and soil. And one healing one too at the end, I believe. What element you think is closest to you? Are you more water? Are you more fire? Are you more air? Are you more earth, ground, soil? Who are you? So we want you to go to first to the altar that looks like you, that you feel like this is more like you. But then perhaps you say, I think I'm air and fire. Go to both. But perhaps you say, I am the 4 of them. Go to all of them. Come, enjoy.